What's up, friends? Welcome back to 9 3/4. It's Carissa here, and I'm always excited to see you guys back here with me, or if it's your first time, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. And yes, I just always like to start off with a little hello and a little disclaimer. Beware of scammers out there, as I will never ever DM you to solicit you for a personal reading. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by emailing me at shop9 3/4 at yahoo.com, shop9 3/4 at yahoo.com. It's always in the description box below, as well as these are the only social media accounts that I have listed on the screen and linked below, so please keep yourself safe. Also want to point out, if you hear any coughing or sneezing or anything like that in the background, I apologize. My daughter is homesick and we're doing the double mom life, you know what I mean? So I appreciate your kindness and your patience as you hear that in the background, doing my best. So thank you guys so much for your kindness and patience, like I said. So without further ado though, let's get into this. What are we here for? We're here for you. We're here to hype you up, essentially. And this is not meant to be like a reading to just blow fluff up your butt or anything like that, but really just letting you know, or like reminding you essentially what your magic is, reminding you how magical you are and what people find so magical about you. Okay, so and that is why I wanted to bring this out. I feel like October really is the thinning of the veil, you tapping into your magic, your highest potential, and into that timeline. You know, the 10/10 portals coming up. This is a timeless reading, but at the time of upload, hopefully I upload this in a timely manner, we'll see. But it's all about like expansion and tapping into our greatest timeline, and I feel like that is what I wanted to bring to you in this reading, is really you tapping into your highest potential and really seeing that you can do that and you are capable of doing that. So friends, without further ado, we have 3 piles for you guys to choose from. I went with good old potion bottles here, and they might look familiar. I've used them before in a previous reading, but hey. Pile 1, we have, I've taped them down so they stay nice and still. We have rotten pumpkins, which are so cute. There's like a cute little pumpkin in here. So that's pile 1. Pile 2, we have venomous spiders. So cool. Not real spiders, but the idea is cool. And then pile 3, we have dragon scales. So, as usual, you guys can pause the video here, take all the time you need to choose a pile or piles that you feel drawn to the most, and I will drop the timestamps down below and meet you at your reading. What's up, pile 1? If you chose rotten pumpkins, welcome to your reading. This one's so cute. I'm going to go ahead and put your potion jar right there, and we're going to jump in. I, right off the bat, want to start off by saying thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much, and yeah, I just love you. I only pre-shuffled 1 oracle card, and this is the earthworm. Let's hold that up so you can see. And this is earth energy. It does not necessarily mean you have earth placements, but if you want that layer of confirmation, it is there for you. That is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Again, it is not necessary for you to have those placements, though. It is more here for me to channel your energy. But tapping into you, pile 1, my pumpkin pile. If you're pile 1, comment a pumpkin emoji down below and let me know. But let's put this here as I channel a little bit of your energy. I feel like you guys are definitely, as far as like your magic goes, and what people really admire and find so intriguing about you is like kind of like how pumpkins are grown in the ground. I feel like you guys really have this magical way of coming up from very hard circumstances or situations, obstacles, that kind of thing, and where you're able to come up and overcome these things with such beauty and grace. And typically when we think of earthworms or when we think of pumpkins, we don't think like, oh my gosh, they're such amazing, beautiful things. Like, not a typical person would say such a thing, right? Only us like really cool people would understand the true beauty of a pumpkin or of an earthworm. Because to be honest, I do think that these are beautiful things, but not everyone's going to think that. You know, not like, you know, typically most people will be like, oh, a flower is beautiful, but even a flower has to come up from the dirt. You know what I'm saying? And I hope this is making sense. I'm actually being shown a lotus flower in my mind's eye, and I feel like this is really showing me a depiction of some of the trials and tribulations that you had to undergo throughout your life. And for some of you, this is a struggle that you might have had to deal with on your own, like kind of solo, you know. I don't know if Cinderella has to do with like have a significance for any of you, pile one. And while Cinderella is a princessy type of movie, it doesn't matter what you identify as, but you can take that how it resonates for you. And again, it is a general reading, so not every single symbol or thing I channel is going to be for everyone, so keep that in mind. But what I do feel here is like, despite your circumstances and despite the hardships you've gone through, despite the crappy people that you had to deal with in your life, you didn't let that harden you. You didn't let that make you into something cruel or mean. I feel like you still have this heart of gold. You still have so much love and acceptance in your heart for other people and giving people second chances at that. I don't feel like, you know, I feel like you've dealt with a lot of rotten pumpkins in your life. And despite that, you are not rotten yourself, you know. Despite that, you've created something beautiful out of it. You've created pumpkin pie, you know. Who doesn't love pumpkin pie? I love pumpkin pie, so I totally understand if you don't. But what I'm getting at here is, I feel like what really makes you magical is just how flexible you are with your situation. Like, depending on, you know, whatever curveballs are thrown at you, you have the ability to really flex and bend and go the way that you need to, like adapt to the situation so that you can not just survive, but thrive. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you are someone who is very wise beyond your years, but you don't put yourself out there like that. Like, you don't come off that way. You don't make people feel like you know more than them, even though you may do, you know? Like, I feel like there's this energy about you in which you're always willing to learn from other people, no matter where your experience is and where their experience is. You know, they might be somebody new coming in who has less experience than you, but you already have that mindset of like they can still teach you something and vice versa. Like, always willing to learn and grow. And I feel like that is the beautiful and magical essence about you. That might set people off a little bit, like, what's going on with this person? Like, are they, you know what I mean? Like, that might trigger people, not gonna lie. But I do feel like you don't let that get to you. I feel like there's this energy about you that you go with the flow at times and you don't let things really bother you. But I do want to peel back the layers here, because I do feel like there's more layers to you. I'm not going to say like nothing ever bothers you, because I definitely feel that there is energy that gets to you. I mean, we're all human. We all have things that bother us, you know. So let's see, what makes pile one so magical? I think I'm going to draw 2 of these and 2 of these, and then bring out tarot. What makes pile 2 so magical? I definitely feel like some of you might be really shy, but very smart, very intelligent. Okay, we have number 34, attraction pansy. And this is Libra energy. Very much like being able to see both sides. You might not necessarily agree, but you take the time to listen and understand the other side. I feel like, yeah, what makes pile 1, excuse me, so magical? there's this like magnetism about you. People find you so alluring and attractive, you know, something about like the quiet you. And again, like, if this isn't vibing with you, this might not be your pile, because I do feel like you might come off quiet and shy at first, and then maybe like as people get to know you, you open up a little bit more, you know, like see how like there's this color on the inside of the earthworm. I feel like you open up, wow, you open up a little more to people as you warm up. I also want to talk about this color that's popping out to me. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I was only going to take 2, but I feel like I need to take this. I need to take this. Hold on. 23 with abundance and grape, okay? And we have the moon here as well. And this is Sagittarius. And then I feel like this needs to go in the center. Not like it matters too much about like how I translate or read, but number 8, productivity, Kent pumpkin, and this is Cancer energy. Guys, the fact that the pumpkin came out and you guys have the pumpkin, I mean, I have to take it, you know, I have to. Wow, okay. The thing I really wanted to get to is how both of these cards have purple in them. They're like the main color of the card is purple. And what I'm really getting at here is like, I feel like you have this innate ability to really tap into your crown chakra, not just your crown, but also your third eye. You're highly intuitive and connected to the divine. And I feel like you may get a lot of messages from like tapping into Akashic records, past life. You might even just find that you know things just without even like researching. You just know. You have like this deep knowing, and it's because you've lived previous lives with this experience and you have it just in your soul, if that makes sense. And for some of you, you might vibe with the talent of being able to communicate with spirit, being able to communicate with your guides, and having a very strong relationship with your spirit guides, with your angels, however you want to word it. And for others of you, like I said, you might even be able to see like those who have passed on. You might even be able to see spirits, you know, have the ability to communicate and have that mediumship ability. I feel like there is that part of you that can do this. It's almost like I'm seeing like a wormhole that you can see others like go through other dimensions. Does that make sense? It's not just necessarily like people who are in this life and the next, like the ghost plane, but also others in like, how do I explain this? This is interesting because I don't think I've ever been shown this in this way. But I feel like there are also beings, energies that are not necessarily ghosts, but energies that are in our realm that we cannot see in the 3D, but you can see them because you just have that ability, if that makes sense. Synesthesia, you might have that ability as well, for some of you, and I feel like this is really cool. Wow. For others of you, this might be like, whoa, like as you know, open up to these gifts and abilities, it might be something that's a little scary. So I totally understand. Like, take it as you take it. You know, I'm not trying to scare you into anything, of course, but if it buds, if it resonates with you, it is here for you. I do feel like what people really find so magical about you is how you're able to, like I said, overcome so many hurdles in your life and create abundance from it. Like, you learn from the lessons and you are able to make that, allow that to strengthen you and allow that to make you stronger. Like, I'm just repeating myself at this point, but like, allow that to strengthen you. And I'm hearing what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I feel like you have this way of being able to cut off the dead ends in your life. See these scissors? I'm like called to do this, like clip off the dead ends or the things that are not serving you and move forward and move on so that you can keep growing and evolving and like reaping the rewards, like fruitful benefits. I feel like it's not in a cutthroaty way either. It's just in a way that you understand like everybody has a time and a purpose and a place, and it's okay, it's not meant for you, and you move forward. Like, you just know, you have this like deep knowing, you know. But being like that, you have 2 moons on here. I feel like your emotional intelligence is there as well. Like I said, you have this ability to really connect with people emotionally. You might have empathic abilities that allow you to really read the room, vibe, you know, feel the vibe of other people. Like you might just walk into a room and just know who you're going to get along with and who you're not necessarily going to get along with. And not to say that you're someone who stirs up trouble with people or anything like that just because you don't get along with them, but just like, you know who you're not going to enjoy working or talking to, if that makes sense. So what makes pile 1 so magical? Leave the 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, people really love working with you and they admire you for the work that you do and things like that. We have the 9 of Cups. Like I said, fruitful, abundant. You have it twice. You have abundance literally, and 9 of Cups represents abundance for me. 9 of Wands. You're someone who, like I said, does not give up. Adversity does not scare you. And I feel like you know your limits too. Like when someone is a bother, you just know when to put up the boundary and be like, okay, you don't have access to my energy. Like you don't let them push you around. Even though you're shy and you're quiet, you don't let them push you around. Or at least you're learning to do that, I feel like. I feel like too, you're not afraid of hard work. With the Page of Wands here, you have a fiery passion to you. Despite you being a little more... you might, like I said, for some of you, I don't think it's all of you that come off shy. I do feel like you have this fiery passion that's not afraid to, like I said, get your hands dirty, do a little work. And I'm not saying you have to work hard in order for you to achieve abundance or success. I'm not saying that at all, but what I'm saying is you put forth a lot of passion, desire, and fire towards the things that you want to work toward. I hope that's making sense. We also have the 10 of Swords. Yeah, definitely you've been through quite a bit in your life, but you haven't let that stop you. You haven't let that keep you down in the dirt. You still allow yourself to grow and evolve and reap the benefits of your, like reap the rewards of your labor. Reap the fruits. Why does it, it's coming out weird. But with the Magician coming out here at the back of your deck, I'm super excited because you are just that. You are magical. You have this air about you in which you know, like, when to cut things off, when to, like, how to use something. If something is rotten, you can still cut that off and repurpose it for something else. And you just know what's going to help something grow and what's not going to help something grow, and how to incorporate that into your journey, into your life. And I feel like in that same sense, you help others do the same by guiding them. Like I said, you learn from other people while also teaching them along the way. Important things that I want to talk about are, like, you have 2 9s here. And this for me is all about attainment, things coming to fruition. And because there's this like energy of like vibrance to you when it comes to just the fact that you have the orange in your jar, the orange in your, I was going to say tomato, the pumpkin here. I just feel like this is major sacral chakra energy, so lots of creativity, lots of passion coming in, and you just have this attractiveness about you in which people like flock to you. You're like the flame of a candle, you know, people want to stay warm by you because you are doing all the things, and they want to learn from you, they want to be like you, they want to work with you, because success attracts success, you know. And I feel like learning from the best is going to make them better, and that's kind of how people are thinking. They see your success and they see how you are able to achieve that and want to vibe with that, if you catch my drift. Pulling these mermaid cards, there was a vibe I was going for here, like kind of a Hogwarty vibe, if you get it, you know. Magical spell card here. Is that what it's called? I think it's not called that. I think it's called the Green Witch. Okay, it's called the Green Witch Oracle. And then you know how Hogwarts has mermaids in the Black Lake, so I wanted to use mermaid cards. That's the vibe we're going for here. What makes pile 1 so magical? Wait. Okay, here we go. Trust. We have ask for help, which I'm going to put there like that. So, and then the back of your deck, we have letting go. This is interesting, guys. Hopefully you can still see that when I do that. Okay, sorry for the glare. But you guys, this is really, I love this for you because it kind of just nails the nail on the head as to what I've been saying this whole time. Whew. People really trust in you and trust in your vision because they see your experiences and they really love how you are willing to listen. You are willing to learn and grow and evolve despite all the experience and success that you have reached for yourself. And like I said, despite how much higher you might be than someone else, like in terms of position, you know, like let's say like you could be like the CEO of the company and someone who's like at the very bottom of the totem pole, like entry level coming in, you take the time to listen to what they have to say and learn from them because you're just that person, you know. No one's ever too big or too small. That's what it is. Everybody's equal here. And I feel like that's what allows people to really trust in you and trust not only what you do and what you say, but just trust you as a person, trust your heart, because they see the core values of who you are at the heart of everything. And you, not only that, they can trust in you to ask for help, like to ask you and go to you for help, because you don't ever make them feel small. You don't ever make them feel less than or like unworthy of help or like you're a waste of my time, something like that. And you are also someone who is willing to ask them for help, to rely on them for, you know, assurances or for, I don't know if assurances was the right word, but that's the word that came out. So I'm sorry if that was confusing. I feel like whoever needed to hear that heard it. But as far as like asking for help, like leaning into the right people for support so that they feel like you can trust in them and they feel like, wow, this person values and respects me back. You know, it's reciprocated. And I think that's really important because I feel like that leans into the magic that surrounds you and makes you that much more like boom, you know, like for example, Dumbledore is someone who is so valued and respected and seen as like, holy moly, I love this, like this guy's awesome, right? But he like leans into other people, he listens and he leans into other people, he trusts in other people, people like Hagrid to do important tasks like go retrieve the Sorcerer's Stone or go and deliver Harry to Aunt Petunia and Uncle Vernon's house, you know? And that makes other people feel so valued and important and therefore loyal to them. And I feel like this is something that you have this ability to do. Like you are able to create that and you're able to let go of things, like I said, that are not serving you. Let go of the people who are only like leeching off of you and taking advantage of your energy and creating drama. I feel like, you know, like I said, the rotten potatoes, rotten pumpkins that don't need to be a part of your garden. You know what I'm saying, pile one? Um, Earthworms eat the good stuff, not the bad stuff. So we want to keep that. We want to keep cultivating that. And I feel like that is your magic. That is your essence. Pile one is that you are able to cultivate this. You attract good people into your life. You attract abundance and success. You attract hard workers, people who want to learn from you and grow with you because you reciprocate that energy. You know, you are a magnet for that energy. And I feel like you just needed a reminder that you are doing all the right things. You just needed a reminder that you are in fact that bitch. You know what I mean? You just needed a reminder that people do in fact respect and love on you, and that they see your passion, they see your love, they see your respect, and they absolutely see how magical you are, how much you take things by the reins and you do what you need to do to get to where you want to go, and you inspire other people to do the same. So that is absolutely incredible, pile one, and you're a bunch of badasses. That's what I'm going to tell you right now. I absolutely love you guys, pile one, and I hope that this is clarity for you. I hope that this was a great reminder for you, and that you don't forget it anytime soon. Tap into this even more, lean into it even more, because you are in fact absolutely so magical. And I love you guys. I just want to close this out with a finishing card from this Seasons of the Witch deck as a little piece of advice and guidance for you from your inner witch slash wizard. Okay, what does pile one's inner witch slash wizard want them to know? I believe this deck does have reversals, so what does pile one's inner witch slash wizard? Okay, we have witch. Number 43, grab hold, allow the dwelling fire within belly, awaken all that is, a mere glimpse, a delicate pull at the very roots, living in the alchemy of self. And this came out reversed, pile one. So I'm going to go ahead and read this from the guidebook for you, reversed. When the witch card is in reverse, know that you are more than capable of manifesting all that you desire, even if you have not had success with your spells in the past. Practice makes perfect, even in magic. A spell that didn't work doesn't mean you aren't powerful or are on the wrong path. It could mean that you aren't ready for this spell at this time. You manifest what you are ready to receive. Consider working spells that require a smaller amount of effort or working healing spells to clear out any baggage that may be keeping you from calling in the things you desire. Magic is alchemy, and the conditions need to be right to turn your spiritual lead into gold. Keep trying and you will succeed. So, pile one. I feel like this is really about you being reminded from your inner witch slash wizard to tap into your heart. Understanding that just because something doesn't manifest in a timely manner, or maybe doesn't work out the way that you had hoped, or isn't working, period, it's not because you're not worthy of it. It's not because you're not powerful, like the guidebook just said, but rather because you're just not energetically aligned to bring that in at this time. Sometimes rejection is for our protection. Sometimes it's redirection, and we need to focus on something to heal or to cleanse and release in order to make space and align to the vibration, the frequency that we need to be on in order to bring forth that manifestation or that thing that we are trying to attain, And I feel like that's just a gentle reminder from your inner witch slash wizard to not give up and not beat yourself up when things don't work out the way that you had hoped or were wishing or manifesting for. Just a reminder that things happen as they should, and it's a call to remind you that it's a time to heal, a time to cleanse and release. Sometimes it will depend on your case and for you to decide. So that is where I'm going to leave your reading, pile one. I hope that this brought you what you needed to hear, what you needed a reminding of, and just, you're absolutely magical and such a badass. I love you guys so much. And if you guys enjoyed today's reading and it resonated for you, please go ahead and smash the like button and comment down below a pumpkin so I know you're from pile one. Let me know how this resonated for you and all that jazz. I love talking stories with you in the comment section and getting to know you guys. You guys already know. And yeah, if you're not subscribed already, I would love it if you do subscribe and hit the little bell notification to say you don't miss a beat. I will also be dropping my Patreon link down below in case you're interested in joining our magical family there, where we have exclusive content and weekly energy readings not available here on YouTube. So thank you guys so much for being here. I love you, and I hope you have a magical day or night whenever you're watching this. I'll see you soon. Bye! What's up, pile two? If you chose this venomous spiders jar, welcome to your reading. I'm going to put your jar right there, and we're going to just dive right on into your magic. This is the only pre-shuffled oracle that I shuffled for you guys today, and it is the sea serpent. She represents a spirit card in this deck, correlating to your chakra, one of your chakras, which is the sacral chakra. And this represents creativity, passion, sexuality, pleasure, expression, and just honestly, like, you guys have this magical ability to transform. This is Kundalini energy at its finest, and in the most beautiful way. I feel like what people really find magical about you is that you have this grace about you when it comes to transforming, when it comes to rising up from the ashes. And I don't know why I'm getting so much throat chakra energy coming through. It could be that I'm picking up on all the blue around here, the center of the eye as well. But I feel like you have this innate ability to really express how it is that you're feeling, express how it is that you want to be, what you want to put out in the world, I guess is what I mean to say, and expressing your passions, your desires, and things like that, and your creativities. And I think that there's this way about you that, like, you might identify as being a creative, as someone who is a creative in that sense. And yeah, I feel like you see things from such a beautiful perspective, and because you're so tapped in creatively, it's because you're so tapped in passionately, and you're able to really transform in that way. That's again that Kundalini energy I'm picking up on. And you see how the snake is like chasing its tail, or the sea serpent, excuse me. I feel like your magic about I feel like the part that really makes you magical is your ability to really heal, your ability to have this creative expression of the healing that you are going through, of the transformation that you are enduring at this time or throughout time that you've had. Because I feel like there's not just one point in time, but it could be that one Kundalini awakening that really just makes it that much more like ba-boom, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's this beautiful way of really healing that part of you and expressing yourself. So let me just shuffle some of these cards out for you. Pile 2. Let's see, what makes pile 2 so magical? What makes pile 2 so magical? Whoa. Just take the top. 32 with vitality. Again, notice the snake. This is Taurus energy and the fig. Okay, what makes pile 2 so magical? We also have 11, transition. Cancer energy. This is the cauliflower. And one more, please. What makes pile 2 so magical? Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Dropped all the things. Okay. And then we have longevity here with the chrysanthemum. And number 39. This is also Scorpio energy being shown here. So pile 2, what makes you so magical is that, I mean, we already talked a lot about your sacral chakra and how passionate and creative you really are. And truly, it shows here with the vitality and the fig showing up here. This Kundalini, even more so, is like your transformation, transition. Even here in the center is like really talking a lot about how you're able to almost like smoothly and gracefully transition throughout different chapters of your life. You know, not to say that like your hurdles and obstacles aren't bumpy or aren't hard, aren't things that you've had to really struggle over. But what I mean to say is like how others view you, overcome these adversities is with grace, with dignity, with strength, and with this absolute fire. And they really truly admire how warrior like and incredible that you've overcome these things with, and in such a beautiful way, a magical way that just is inspiring to people. And I feel like too with this fig, I feel like there's this sweetness about you. You know, people find this attraction to you in such a sweet way. Like you make them feel a certain way about themselves. Like you make everyone feel special in their own way, and not like in a blanketed way, if that makes sense. Like it's almost like for example, like there's this one guy, you know, who all the girls swoon over, but he doesn't just say, like, every girl is like, oh, you're so pretty today, I like your hair, you know. He always makes everybody feel special. And I'm actually being called to give you an example with like LeBron James. I don't know if you guys know basketball or anything, but he has like a secret handshake with different players on his team, and that makes everybody feel really special. You know, it's like a different handshake. It's not one same secret handshake with everybody that he memorizes. No, it's like several different secret handshakes with several different players on his team. So the fact that he takes the time to memorize these things and do it with each player, like that's really special. You know, that makes everybody feel really special. And I feel like that's kind of what you do, your ability, the magic about you is like you have that ability to make people feel really special in that way. And with this transition card, I keep looking at this like blown out candle, this snuffed out candle, and how it's kind of melted. I do feel like the magical part of you is that you're not done yet. Like there's still so much more to come from you. And despite all the things that you've accomplished, you know, people just can't wait for what's next. Like as soon as you're done writing one thing, or as soon as you've hit one goal, it's like, okay, now what's next? Like they can't wait to see what's next, and they're like holding their breath to see what's coming up next. Because as soon as you light that candle again, it's like, oh, something's about to happen. You know, it's that kind of energy. Like they're really excited about what's about to happen next, and you're just, it's a beautiful energy. With the longevity card here too, chrysanthemums in Japanese culture actually really represent just that longevity, and also represents determination, and I believe it also represents generosity. I actually have a tattoo, you can kind of see it on my elbow, see that? But it's a chrysanthemum representing longevity. And I feel like you guys definitely have this air about you that people know you're building something really big. People know that you're building a legacy, and they just can't help but watch to wait and see what's going to happen. You have like this epic story that you're writing, and they can't help but subscribe, you know. It's like I'm hearing the theme song for Game of Thrones, and not to say that your life is Game of Thrones or anything, but what I mean to say is like that's one of the greatest shows of all time, in my opinion. And you can't help but watch. Like you just want to see what's coming, and it's amazing. And I feel like that's how people feel about you. You just have this beautiful way. And also I want to point out here is like how incredibly well-rounded I feel like people think you are. I think people really see how emotionally sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze. So bless you if you sneezed, or Gesundheit if you sneezed, because I felt the sudden urge to sneeze and then it didn't happen. I feel like people really see that you're in touch with your emotions while also still being really grounded and rooted, and also still in touch with your like fiery, spunky side. So you're very well-rounded, you know, like not just in the circle, but like just all around as a person. With 11 coming out here too, I feel like you're very divinely connected. So tap on into that magic that you have, because I do feel like you are divinely connected. 11 might be your life path also. Take that if it only if it resonates, because I do feel like that might be one or two of you, as that's a pretty unique life path number. I mean, every life path is unique, to be honest. I want to get a little more information here. I do feel like you have a very strong moral compass as well. Like, you are not somebody who is going to like bend for other people, like just because, let's say like you have a crush on someone and they do something really shady, but it goes against your values. For example, animal cruelty. This person kicks a dog. God forbid they kick a dog, but let's just say as an example, you're like, I don't care how good looking you are, bye. You know, it's like you stick to your guns. People love that about you. What makes 𝒕𝒐𝒔𝒔 so magical? We have mystery. Oh, I had a feeling, guys. I had a feeling. Sorry for the glare. I'm still working on my lighting, and it's just not happening right now. What makes 𝒕𝒐𝒔𝒔 so magical? Also, I was going for a theme here with like Hogwarts magic vibes, Green Witch Oracle, mermaids, you know, mermaids in the Black Lake. You'll see. Hopefully. Turn away. Ooh, okay. Back of the deck, we have decisions. All right. Pile 2. What makes you so magical is you really are a mystery to people. They wonder how you do it. Like I said, there's something so intriguing about your eyes. I do feel like people find them very attractive and alluring. I feel like that also lures into the mysteriousness of you, and they want to know more. They just can't help it. And if you find that you are a topic of conversation for other people, it's just because they really are interested in your life and how you do it all. You have this ability to make decisions oftentimes like based on your senses. I would not be surprised if some of you had psychic abilities or the ability to like premonition. I'm using the word wrong. You have premonitions, so that you know, sometimes you might have psychic dreams in which you see the future, and others of you just have like this innate sense of knowing, clear cognizance, you know, or just clear gifts in general that really help you to make decisions for yourself and know when to turn the other way, know when to turn down things, know when to turn in the right direction for yourself. And that's what helps you to really navigate the ups and downs of your transformation, the ups and downs of your growth and healing journey. And that's what makes you so magical, is like you're attuned to that and you're tapping into that and you're really learning how to ride that wave. I feel like there is this innate ability to how you don't just like get served things that knock you off your ass and lay there and take it. No, you learn how to make it your bitch, essentially. And I feel like that's what makes you so magical, is like you find it to make it your strength. You find it a way to make, you know, things that would make other people really down in the dumps. Not to shit on anybody, or I'm not trying to shit on anybody in any way, by the way. But what I mean to say is, like, let's say people are like, you can never do that. Like, you can never become a doctor. You would take that person's words and be like, I'm going to make you eat them. And you will do everything you can to be the fucking #1 doctor in the fucking country. You know what I mean? Like, you would do that. Like, I feel like you're that person who would be able to make them eat their venom, you know, their own venom, spinning your own beautiful web, and just so creative. I also feel really tapped in to say, that's such an odd way for me to say that. But you remember how I was telling you you're tapped into your sacral chakra with the sea serpent, with the spiders as well. I feel like that's really making me think of Charlotte's Web, and how she was very creative with creating her web and making such beautiful masterpieces out of her web, and making other people like look at Wilbur. I feel like you have this ability too to really help other people shine. It's not just like all about you, but you also care about the people who are in your life. And I feel like that's like going back to what I was saying, and how you make people feel really special and really like appreciated. I feel like you do that in some way creatively. You know what I'm saying? Let's pull some tarot cards too. Yeah, that's really cool. Pile 2. you have the Four of Swords. Let me pile too. So magical, too many. Nine of Swords. Death. Again with that transition, transformation, Kundalini, the snaky energy coming through. Ten of Pentacles. Which is so cool how that's coming up. Transition under death. Death under transition. Ten of Pentacles under longevity. I think that's so, so cool. One more, please. What makes Pile 2 so magical? The Fool. Bottom of your deck is the Seven of Cups. I'm also noticing we're a little out of frame, so let me try to fix it. Okay, much better. Pile 2. I mean, like, what makes you so magical is, like I said, you know when to turn away, you know when to take a break from things, and you know when to, like, rest your mind, rest yourself. You know when to take a break and understand, like, when your fears and self-doubts get the best of you, so that you can put that in check. Because we are human, you know. I'm not saying you're perfect and you know, like, you're so almighty powerful. I'm like, remember how I was telling you, people might tell you, like, you'll never be able to do this or that. Like, those words definitely get to you. However, you know how to go within yourself and honor and process those feelings while also letting them go, releasing them, knowing when to turn away and cut them off, so that you can have this transformation and use that to purge and transition into fueling that as fire to your furnace, if that's the right thing I'm trying to say. But, like, using that as fire to get you going into the direction that you want to be going, rather than letting that keep you held back, keep you frozen, keeping you stuck in that fear of they're right, they're, you know, no, they're not right. And you understand that, you understand how the process works, and you've got a good handle on it. And that's what people find so magical about you, is like, it's so mysterious. Like, how do you do that? Like, I wish I could do that. I feel like there's that energy about you. Like, people are like, I wish I could be like Pile 2 and be able to, like, take people's words and fuel that as fire, because I want that for myself, you know. I feel like your brain holds so much knowledge too, like your beauty and your brains, if that makes sense. I feel like there's that energy to you too. With the Ten of Pentacles, you're also building something that is so lifelong, so legacy, like, so holy crap, they're amazing. And just so abundant. You're building a life of abundance and success, and it's through all this turmoil, through all this trauma and things that you've gone through before, and people are like, holy shit, you did that, and you're like, holy shit, yeah, I did that. And it's like, you had all of these dreams and you realized it, and it's because you took a chance on yourself. You took that leap of faith on yourself, and that's what makes you so freaking magical. And in case you didn't take the time to look back and just see how amazing you are, this is a little reminder of me telling you, your inner witch/wizard telling you just how far you've come. Like, look at what you did. Look at how far you've come. Look at how much you're going to get and achieve because you did that. You took that leap, and you're freaking amazing, Pile 2. You absolutely are so amazing. And your inner witch and wizard, your spirit guides, your angels, they're so freaking proud of you. I'm so proud of you. And you're amazing. I mean, wow. Amazing. You might identify with, like, I'm getting a mix of a lot of different, I don't even want to touch on it, but a lot of different, what is the word? Oh my gosh. A lot of different signs. So Taurus is obviously here. I think I talked about that. Taurus, Cancer, Scorpio. But because we have the sun here, you could also have Leo. You could also have, this is Cancer, so with the moon. But that's just there as confirmation. I feel like you guys could literally be any sign and still be in this pile. But for some reason, I feel like some of you might be extra logical and be, like, looking for an exact sign or symbol. So take that if it resonates. I do also want to finish, and not just finish, but I do, yes, finish. I feel like this is a lot for you to take in. But we're going to top it off with advice and guidance from your inner witch / wizard by pulling a card from this seasons of the Witch Samhain Oracle. And yeah, this oracle does have reversals. So I'm probably going to read from the guidebook, to be honest with you. It's been a minute since I've used this deck. Advice and guidance for pile 2's inner witch / wizard. Ooh. We have nature spirit reversed, number 26. On your toes, twirl and twirl until you're ready to take flight. They arrive in the winds beneath your wings and speak through the swaying of the trees. Such a cute card, and you have it in the reverse actually, so let's see what it means, shall we? Here we go. Reversed. This card in reverse means playfulness. The nature spirits want to have fun and enjoy the beauty of this earth. There must be a balance to every energy, and balance to seriousness is playfulness. When you're overwhelmed, allow yourself to do something silly or childish. It will lighten the mood and help you to see things from a new perspective. There are times when things are so hard that the only thing left to do is to laugh, because it's the only way to get you through it. Still, silliness can work wonders when times are hard. Give it a try. So, pile 2, I feel like you're being called to really enjoy yourself. Stop taking things so seriously. And maybe times are really tough for you right now, or have gotten really tough for you in the recent past. And you're being guided to allow yourself to have some fun. Allow yourself to take a break. Allow yourself to laugh and enjoy yourself. Let your inner child come out and play and be silly. You know, I feel like you've been putting forth a lot of effort towards your goals, and it's time for you to just have fun. Have fun, pile 2. I love you guys so much, and I hope that this reading brought you what you really needed to hear, and a little reminder for just how amazing and magical and badass you are, because you freaking are, pile 2. Wow. I'm so proud to know you and excited for you. If you guys enjoyed it, I hope you guys please consider to smash the like button and comment a spider emoji down below so I know you're from pile 2. Let me know how this resonated for you. And I love talking stories with you in the comment section. So yeah, if you are not subscribed, I would love it if you do subscribe and hit the little bell notification so you don't miss a beat. I will also be dropping my Patreon link down below in case you're interested in joining our magical family there, where we have exclusive content and weekly energy readings not available here on YouTube. So thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you have a magical day or night whenever you're watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye! What's up, pile 3? If you chose the dragon scales, welcome to your reading. I'm going to put your jar right here, and we're going to just dive right on in. I've only pre-shuffled one oracle card for you today, and we're going to just, like I said, tap in. This card here is a lion, as you can see, and it actually represents fire energy. You don't have to be these signs, but you can take it as an extra layer of confirmation in case you need it. That's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Again, not necessary for you to be those signs to be in this pile, but it's here for you if you need those confirmations. I feel like you guys are definitely having, you guys are definitely a pile who is so admired by many people if you didn't know it. I feel like there is this incredible ability about you to step into a role of leadership. If you might already be like a mentor of some type, this could be a parent of some type, even a teacher, a role model, a mentor, a motivational speaker, a leadership advisor of some kind, a boss, CEO, a business owner, something of that nature, in which people really come to you for advice or look to you for answers, guidance, what to do, things of that nature. Like they really look up to you and admire you. And so you're also somebody who holds a lot of mystery about them, and I think that's really alluring to people. It's like people want to be a part of your circle, and I feel like while many people know of you, not many people actually know you, right? That's kind of what this Lion card really talks about in general, and I feel like it's like Mufasa, you know, where everybody in the jungle knows him as the king of the jungle, but like only certain people, certain animals in the jungle actually know him, like know his favorite food or what he likes to laugh at or his favorite dad joke, you know, it's like that energy. And yeah, I feel like that's you guys, you know, pile three, it's like not many people actually know them, and so the people that do find it to be a very a real good privilege to be a part of that inner circle, you know. And I feel like you value that as well, you know, quality over quantity. You might identify as somebody who only has like 4 or 5 friends, and you know, people might be like, oh, but then I know so and so, you know. And while you may know many people, they're not necessarily counted as like your close friend or anything like that. So there is kind of that energy around you. I feel like you are also someone who is very courageous and picking up on Gryffindor vibes too, which is really interesting. Very courageous. And I'm not saying you have to be a Gryffindor, or this is not your pile, not by any means, but very courageous, very much someone who's not afraid to go after their goals. Like, not to say you're not afraid, I should take that back. I'm going to backpedal a little bit, because there is a little bit of fear involved when it comes to courage. Like the whole thing with courage is like being afraid and still doing it anyway. That's what courage is, right? And I feel like that's what you embody, is like, while still being fearful of whatever, you know, it may be, like maybe chasing after your dreams can be really scary, fear of failure, but you still try anyway, you know. And people really admire you for that. People admire your confidence as well, you know. And I feel like there's a little bit of goofiness too, like you make people laugh too. So let's draw a few more cards, because I do want to know more. I feel like there's only so much people know at the surface, but like there's much to be known on a deeper level, if that makes sense. Also, I appreciate you for being so patient with me, and for, you know, if you hear my daughter coughing or sneezing in the background, I apologize. She is homesick with me, so thank you so much for your kindness. That was my tummy growling. You heard it. I did not eat lunch yet. Maybe you need to eat a snack. I think you need to grab a snack. Alright. What makes pile 3 so magical? What makes pile 3 so magical? I knew it. Longevity. Interesting. That came out for pile 2. So if you felt drawn to pile 2, you might want to take a listen. Pile. This card peeped out when I cut the deck, and I had a feeling it was going to come out. And I've been telling you, I've been saying I knew it because I keep hearing the song. Like, I thought that I wasn't going to channel it at all throughout this reading, but it's coming out now, and it's This Is Me by 𝒕𝒐𝒔𝒔 from The Greatest Showman. And I keep saying I can't speak right now. Wow. I kept saying, like, I knew it because I thought I wasn't going to channel this for any pile, and here it is happening right now. I can hear the song in my head. It's This Is Me, and it happens every time, and it just so happens to happen at the very end. And This Is Me from The Greatest Showman, pile 3. So it might be my magic pile. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, this is all about everybody being magical, so. But what I mean is, like, you might be the pile that hears that all the time. What makes pile 3 so magical? We have What makes pile 3 so magical? We have 31, luck. Very interesting. What is this here? All right, pile 3. So what I think is really cool about this pile is that you have a little bit of pile 1 and 2 paired with your own mix. You know, like pile 2, pile 1, and boom, you. So very interesting and very cool at the same time. You have 39 longevity with the chrysanthemum represented with a little bit of Scorpio energy here, and then you have 23 abundance with the grape. I'm trying to look for the sign here. Oh, Sagittarius energy right there. And then 31, we have luck with the lime, and this is Capricorn energy. So those signs may or may not be a layer of confirmation for you. It's there. It's not necessary, but it's there for you if you need it. I do feel like what makes you so magical, pile 3, is, and I talked about this in pile 2 as well, is the chrysanthemum represents in Japanese culture. I actually have a tattoo of it, and I showed it in, oopsie, I showed it in pile 3. You can kind of see it, but it represents that longevity, and it also represents generosity and determination. And I feel like that's what makes you so magical, is that people find you as somebody to be so generous and so determined to achieve what you are going after, which is like your goals. And you are someone who attracts so much abundance and so much luck that people are like, wow, how does pile 3 do it? You know, there's something so like magical and mystical about you. I was going to say mystical at first, well, we'll go with that, mystical about you. And you know, like how there's only one alpha of the pack. I feel like people look at you with like, you have that it factor, you have that star factor, you have that wow factor, and people are like, what is it? Like, how do I get it? You know, and it's that wow, you know? So I feel like people really are in awe of you and really look to you in that way, like, wow, I can't believe you're doing this, and you can do that. Like, they really find, and I'm saying that in the most flattering way, I hope it's coming across, in that they find you to be someone who is so talented, so intelligent, so wise, and so strong, and able to achieve success in the way that you do. And I feel like it's going to be different for everyone as far as like what that success looks like and is exactly. But I do feel like you have this strength about you. You have this fire in your belly like a dragon does. And they really look at you, and every dragon is so unique, right? Like, I feel like there's so many different dragons, and a perfect example, like keeping, like, if you look at this dragon here, it looks totally different from this dragon here. And not because of the colors, but just because they're just totally different. And not like if you're familiar with House of Dragon or with Game of Thrones, like the dragons look different from one another. You can tell them apart because they're not the same. Falcor is different from, you know what I mean? But getting back to my point here is like, there's something that is so unique about you. There's something so special about you that people really like, you know? Sorry, I just had to sneeze. But with the sun and the moon, I keep looking at it here. I feel like you have a very good balance within yourself. You might have Libra energy present with you, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. But I do feel like you have a very good sense of like what you have a very good sense of your emotions and your logical side and your your mind and your emotions. And I also feel like you're someone who can see both sides of the story and be respectful about it, if that makes sense. Like, many perspectives, and be respectful and open about it. I also feel like people might like the way you accessorize, if that resonates for you. There's something about like the way you wear jewelry, or maybe like the way you accessorize, maybe earrings, it could be necklace, it could be necklaces, it could be bracelets, it could be rings, it could be earrings. But for some reason that's coming up for me with these things coming up. There could be a talisman in particular that you wear often that people really like, or like a symbol perhaps that people really they're like, oh, that's just like so and so, like that reminds me of so and so. That's very so and so. If that makes sense. Like your very unique signature look, if that makes sense. So yeah, let's go ahead and draw a couple of these. But yeah, your magicalness, what people find really magical about you is how you're able to really create something that is sustainable and abundant at that. You know how to cultivate abundance and make it sustainable. You know how to bring forth more luck and attract that luck towards you. And people are just like, how do you do that? How are you able to, you know, create something like this, something that is generational and sustainable, something that is so successful and abundant? How are you able to bring forth something that attracts so much luck? Because, like, not to say that you don't work hard for it, but also you just like somehow always get like the best of this, you know, despite like anybody can repeat the process, but you do it in such a way that is only unique to you, that if someone were to replicate it, they wouldn't get the same results because it's unique to you. Does that make sense? Okay, what makes pile 3, excuse me, what makes pile 3 so magical? So we're going to take this one, light. What makes pile 3 so of contentment? In the back of your deck, we have, I'm going to move this down just a smidge. I apologize for the glare, you guys. Can't seem to get my lighting down. In the back of your deck, we have love. Okay, pile 3, what makes you guys so magical is that I feel like you guys definitely might be my light worker pile. So take it if it resonates. L might be a significant letter for you as well, because I mean, it's in lion, it's in luck, longevity, light, love. Basically every word except abundance and contentment. So L might be very significant for you guys. But I do feel like this has a lot to do with, you know, people are attracted to your light. You are a beacon for so many people in your life, and I feel like people are able to, like, when they're in a dark place, you're able to bring them out of it. You're able to really shine the light in the dark for them and help them to see the light at the end of their tunnel. I feel like, as I said, you guys may identify as being light workers of some kind or healers of some kind, whether it be a tarot reader, mediumship, psychic, healer, yoga, something to that effect, you know. Apply the word how you would like, but I feel like you, like I said, help guide people to their lighthouse, help guide people to their light when they're really stuck in the dark or feeling like they're lost. You help guide them find their way back. I feel like you also are someone that people really find to appreciate where they are. With this contentment card coming out, I feel like as somebody who has achieved so much and gravitates so much luck and success and abundance to them, you are someone who appreciates all of these things. You are somebody who really values all of these things as well. And you are someone who is going to be, you are someone who is very grateful for where you are, no matter what stage you are. I'm not saying like it's always perfect, you know, I'm not saying like there aren't days where you're like, oh my gosh, why is this happening? You know, there's definitely days where we're human, right? But what I'm saying is, like, because you have so much gratitude, because you're so appreciative of people, situations and things like that, no matter how crappy it may be, right? You have this way of looking at the bright side, and not saying you're toxically positive or anything, but what I mean to say is, like, people love your disposition. People love the way you look at things. People love how appreciative you are, no matter where you are, you know? And that's what makes you so magical. That's what attracts so much abundance and success and luck towards you, because of how appreciative you are, how content you are, and not content in the way that you are just settling for whatever you have, but like I said, appreciating where you are before you try to go for the next, you know? With love here, I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, love. Literally, like, people absolutely love how you love, how much love you have in your heart. You lead from a place of love, and I think that's what ultimately attracts so much to you, so much goodness to you, so much luck, so much success, and so many people to you, you know? I feel like if you're curious what I looked at, it's the future. I feel like you are able to tap into your gifts as well. Like, I think the lion is looking to the future, as are you. And I feel like you are somebody who leads with love and walks in love. So let's go ahead and shuffle out some tarot to elaborate a little bit more. Pile 3. What makes pile 3 so magical? We have the 3 of Cups. Makes pile 3 so magical. Oh, wow. 10 of Pentacles. Something flew on the ground. 1 second. Okay, what makes pile 3 so magical? Six of Wands. Wow. What makes pile 3 so magical? 4 of Pentacles. What makes pile 3 so magical? Knight of Wands. The back of your deck is the Knight of Cups. So pile 3. What makes you so magical is like you really know how to build your legacy. Like, you maybe have found your sense of purpose and or what it is that you want to be doing for the next like rest of your life, essentially. I love how longevity has 10 of Pentacles beneath it. Another pile had this as well. I want to say it's pile 1, but it might have been pile 2. It might have been pile 2. So you might have messages there if you feel called, but no pressure. I definitely feel like there is this magical air about you when it comes to you being able to communicate with other people in such a loving way, and also like going after your passions and inspiring others to do the same. I do feel like you know how to, you know how to give out and be generous while also not giving out too much. There might have been a time where you overgave, and then you kind of know who is worthy of having access to your energy or your material, like your I guess your resources, and you know who should not have access to your resources, who's just leeching off of you, essentially. I also feel like what makes you so magical is like people know that you're going to be somebody, right? Like, you might be a star or well known for what you do in your industry, whatever this is, and if you aren't yet, you are going to be. I feel like this is definitely like a confirmation that you will be getting that recognition, you will be getting that success, and like that all eyes on you and people seeing you and the fame, if you will, in your area of expertise or in the area of that you are working in. With the 6 of Wands showing up here, gaining abundance and having the longevity there, because you're putting forth the energy and the effort, and you're not necessarily doing it for that. You're doing it because this is what feels right for you. This is what feels right in your heart and in your soul, and what lights you up, what makes you feel good, and what helps other people while also benefiting you at the same time. And that there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like what makes you so magical too is like you have this beautiful way of making others feel so loved that your soul family, it's flocking towards you because they know you already. Like, they can feel you. You're on that high vibe, as are they. So it's like you're aligning to that frequency, and it's happening for you. And it's absolutely such a beautiful thing to feel and be. I can feel it, I think that this, if you align with like lucky girl or lucky guy, lucky person syndrome, that here it is, you know, it's happening and everything is unfolding for you, and it's kind of just like you trusting the process and knowing that you're on the right track, and trusting in your path, trusting in yourself, trusting in how things are happening for you. But absolutely beautiful energy, pile 3. I'm just curious what's behind here. The Emperor, wow. Beautiful energy with you, with the Emperor coming out. You are stepping into your magic, stepping into your power, and really stepping into your main character era. Your era of like, this is me. Like I said, I channeled that song earlier for you guys, and going after what you want and not being afraid to stand in your authenticity, to stand in your own skin, to stand in your, you know, who you are and be you. And I feel like you're going to be celebrated for that. You're going to be celebrated for what you do for other people as well, and how you do that, how you bring that about to the world. So yeah, I'm absolutely excited for you, pile 3. This is incredible. You also have a lot of 4s coming out for you. You have 31 here. You have the 4 here. That Emperor peeping out is the 4. So I do want to look at that being a number of manifestation. Also a number that talks a lot about structure, foundation, and home. So this could have taken you a long time to start building up, but know that because of this longevity and 10 of Pentacles coming out, I feel like this took time for you to build, because it takes time. Like Rome wasn't built in a day, is what I'm hearing. So know that like this took time to come into place, because we want nothing to be able to knock it down. You know, it's like good things come to those who wait for it. And like I said, Rome wasn't built in a day. This is going to be something that's long lasting and will be here for many, many years to come. So that is what I'm seeing there for you guys. Wow, this is beautiful, beautiful energy, pile 3. We're going to finish off with one of these cards from the Seasons of the Witch Samhain Oracle. This is going to be advice and guidance from your inner witch / wizard, because you guys are so magical. I mean, every pile is for sure. You guys definitely tap into your light working energy, your ability to help others with your gifts, whether it be healing, Reiki, mediumship, psychic abilities, tarot reading, however you identify with that. But yeah, beautiful energy, pile 3. What is pile 3's inner witch / wizard want them to know? What does pile 3's inner witch / wizard want them to know, please? Does pile 3's, whoa, candle magic number 9. Speak your breath into its velvet. Recite along its spine all that you desire, all that which will unravel. Just so you can see. I'm going to look at the guidebook for this, because honestly, it's been a while. I have not. So keywords here: intentions and prayer. Here we go. There are a few spells that are complete without a candle or 2 or 10. Candles make the setting of a spell more magical and also play an essential role in a spell. Candles carry out our intentions out into the universe. They pull in our words and prayers along their spines and send them out through the tips of their flames. Aside from carrying our intentions, candles call in good spirits and nature's helpers who are drawn to the light of the flame. These spirits protect us as well as hold our intentions, making our spells all the more magical, effective, and special. When you're holding candle magic, know that your intentions and prayers have been received by the powers that be. They know you are in need of support and are working hard behind the scenes to bring your prayers to life. You do not need to worry, as your intentions will manifest when the time is right. Wow. This is about pile 3, you trusting that your manifestations, your wishes, your prayers are being heard by your angels, your spirit guides, the universe, and they're going to come in when the time is right. You're doing all the right things. As I said earlier, you're on the right track. You're doing all the good things, and trust in that, trust in you, trust in your magic, trust in your path. And yeah, don't let other people waver you from that. So that is where I'm going to leave your reading, pile 3. I hope that this brought you what you needed to hear, the little reminder that you needed to hear, and how amazing and magical and badass you are, because you freaking are, pile 3. Wow, I'm absolutely amazed by you guys. And if you guys enjoyed today's reading, please go ahead and smash the like button and comment down below a dragon emoji so I know you're from pile 3. And let me know how you guys enjoyed it. I love talking stories with you in the comment section. And yes, if you're not subscribed, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell notification so you don't miss a beat. I'll also be dropping my Patreon link down below in case you're interested in joining our magical family there, where we have exclusive content and weekly energy readings not available here on YouTube. So thanks guys so much for being here. I hope you have a magical dear night whenever you're watching this, and I will see you soon. Bye!